This is Tony Reeves. Let's talk about life after a vaccine. If you're going to a community health clinic, you need to know a few things that might help you, whether it be a free clinic, whether it be a community clinic, or whether it be the health department. Find out early if they're going to offer the vaccine. Remember, when this vaccine finally gets rolled out, you're going to see a huge demand for it. So you want to know ahead of time whether or not the places that you go to get care, if they're going to have that available there. It's a good chance that they will, but you want to ask in advance so that this way, when you hear that the vaccine has been made and it's being distributed, is the place that you normally go for treatment going to be one of those places that has readily access to it. Find out what the priority is. One of the things that the government is struggling right now is to try to ensure that once this thing is finally rolled out, who is going to get access to it? And so the reality is everybody's going to get it at some particular point, but there is going to be this push to ensure that certain individuals get access to it first. So you want to make sure that depending on how much the provider gets at the health department or clinic that you go to, whether you fall in line in terms of the type of individual who's going to have access to it first. So you want to find this sooner as opposed to later. And you want to make sure if this is one where it's first come, first serve, or whether or not you actually have to make an appointment for it. Unlike going for a flu shot or for a screening, where there could be long lines of people who are trying to get something like this, you don't want to be in a situation where you're getting in a line only to find out that you're not supposed to receive it as of yet based on your criteria. So in addition to find out whether one, are they getting it, two, who's the priority, find out what is the mechanism for you having to get it. Meaning, do you have to come first serve, or do you have to actually make an appointment so that this way they can screen you to see if you fall into a particular category? Make sure you pay attention to where. There are places that have health departments that have multiple office locations, but the funny part is, and this is not meaning to be funny, is that sometimes some of those locations are going to have access to things, and some of those locations are not. So you're going to want to know ahead of time whether or not, depending on where you're going, where you're going to go is going to be a place that actually has access to it. What do I mean by that? Okay, if you deal with a large community health clinic or a large health department, they typically have satellite offices. But so they may have a main office and they may have satellite offices. So you want to know if by some reason, if the vaccine is only going to be made available at the main office, you don't want to be in a situation where you're thinking, all I got to do is go to the satellite office and I'm cool. You want to find out ahead of time where it is and where do you need to go to get it.